Dear students, welcome to the digital classroom of Cambrian College. This is Amitab with you again with new lesson. Lesson 2 will be discussed today, and the title of the lesson 2 is Science and Technology Against an Age-Old Disease. Yes, we will discuss an age-old disease in this lesson. Can you guess what the disease is? Yes, this is leprosy, and leprosy will be discussed today. Learning outcomes. What are the learning outcomes? At the end of the lesson, you will be able to comprehend the advancement of science and analyze the history of leprosy, its consequences, and its method of diagnosis. So before getting acquainted with this unit, let's get acquainted with some important vocabularies which will help you to have clear understanding of this passage. Eliminate itself. What's the meaning of eliminate itself? That means get rid of something. Burn out, to be consumed, to be completely consumed. Momentum means force. And key scientific solutions, that means main solutions which will be used to treat and to eliminate this age-old disease. Next, immunize. Immunize means to protect a living being from a disease. Breakthrough, a great achievement. Breakthrough means great achievements. Collaborations means cooperation. In conjunction with means together with. And next, antibiotic. Antibiotic, what is antibiotic? It's a medicine that inhibits the growth or destroy the microorganisms. That means the antibiotics destroys the growth and inhibits the growth of microorganism. Therapeutic, having or exhibiting healing power. That means whenever something shows or exhibits healing power, we can say that yes, it has therapeutic power. Therapeutic. And these three vocabularies have been used in a sentence which is very much important in this passage. What is the sentence? A vaccine can be used therapeutically in conjunction with antibiotics to shorten therapy. To give the therapy to this age-old disease, vaccine will be given. And along with vaccine, that means in conjunction with vaccine, antibiotics will be given. What is the purpose of antibiotic? Antibiotic will be given to shorten the therapy. So the purpose of antibiotic is very much important. If if anyone, the scientist or the doctors wants to reduce the length of this disease, the treatment of this disease, that means antibiotic will be used then. The function of the antibiotic is to shorten the therapy. IDRI, we will get the founder, the key scientist of IDRI, and we will come across the meaning of IDRI in this slide. Steve Reed, this is the picture of Steve Reed, who is the founder and president and chief scientific officer of Infectious Disease Research Institute, IDRI. What is the meaning of IDRI? Infectious Disease Research Institute. And Steve Reed is the founder, president, and chief scientific officer. And the passage that is discussed in Unit 2 has been written by Steve Reed. What does he mention? He mentions, when I started, I means Steve Reed says that, started working on the research and science of leprosy more than a decade ago, people throughout this chronic infectious disease would eliminate itself and burn out over time. People thought that this chronic infectious disease would eliminate itself and burn out over time. That means before starting his research, people thought that this disease will eliminate itself. That means the people can easily get rid of this disease automatically. No treatment is required, and it was the belief of that time. This is the actual image, actual office of IDRI, which is situated in Seattle, USA. IDRI develops products and what was the purpose of the development? IDRI develops products for diagnosis of the disease and prevention. It prepares products to prevent the disease after diagnosis, and it tries to find out the ways out to give treatment to this disease. That means basically poverty related diseases. Then symptoms. What are the symptoms of leprosy? In this unit, in this video as well, the leprosy, the disease leprosy, which is said that it is an age-old disease, will be discussed today. And what are the symptoms of this disease? The symptoms of this disease have been discussed in this slide. The symptom is very much progressive and permanent damage. It creates progressive and permanent damage to the skins, nerves, and limbs and eyes. Whenever it creates permanent damages to nerves, limbs, and eyes, symptom can easily be detected, but these symptoms can hardly be detected. Whenever it is detected, there is no way out finally to get rid of this disease. And the passage gives you another information, and the information is that it is associated with biblical times, but it remains a problem in modern time. That means it is still associated with modern time, though it started before BC. Another information, nearly 250,000 new cases of leprosy are diagnosed every year. 250,000 new cases of leprosy are diagnosed every year. Now think how deadly the disease is. Though it is said that it is poverty related disease, poverty is closely associated with the spread of this disease. And another information, it was reported in 130 countries worldwide, and it is most prevalent in the numbers of countries throughout Africa, Asia, and South America. In many countries of Africa, Asia, and South America, this deadly disease is very much prevalent. And 130 countries have been reported regarding the presence of this disease. The passage says that leprosy is hard to be diagnosed. Why is it hard to be diagnosed? It is a chronic infectious disease. It is very much complicated, contagious disease. Infectious disease means contagious. Contagious, it can spread with touch. Here we can see the leprosy infected person. Then come to the point. Why is leprosy hard to be diagnosed? Leprosy is hard to be diagnosed because it's a chronic infectious disease. Then it goes undetected. It can hardly be detected as symptom is very much progress and permanent. It can hardly be detected. For that reason, the infected person can easily be traced out. Its symptom is progressive. This information has been discussed earlier, and it takes several years to appear. For that reason, this disease is really hard to be diagnosed. So if you are asked why is this disease hard to be diagnosed, you have to come up with this information. Then consequences. What are the consequences if a person is infected with this disease? It creates permanent damage to the skin, nerves, limbs, and eyes. It creates permanent damage. No cure can be ensured then. It results in isolation. None wants to come in close contact with these infected persons. For that reason, the infected person is completely isolated. He or she is to suffer the pangs of isolation. For that reason, it is said that it results, that means leprosy results in isolation. Then it comes with stigma. The infected person gets stigmatized. No one wants to come in close contact with him, with she or her. So it is said that it comes with stigma, and people with leprosy are completely shunned. He was completely shunned. None wants to come in close contact with him, as it is said that for that reason it is said that people with leprosy are completely shunned. Then what are the good news? Good news is that we have key scientific solution and momentum. Yes, we have find out the key scientific solutions through which we can easily combat with this disease. So we have come the key scientific solutions and momentum with key collaborations. We got the solution with collaboration of the scientist. And what are the ultimate consequences of it? We are now able to eliminate, that means to destroy leprosy, to combat leprosy. Then what are the approaches taken by IDEA, right, to curb the threats of leprosy? Then that means what steps have been taken to combat leprosy? First, IDRI's diagnostic tools, the development of IDRI's diagnostic tools. What are the tools developed by IDRI? That means the diagnostic tools that are developed by IDRI will be used to identify the infected person. Which person is infected can easily be identified with the development of the tools developed by IDRI. Next, development of companion test. What is the function of the companion test? The companion test will be used, or with the help of companion test, we can easily identify the people who will likely to progress to this disease. Which people will gradually progress to this disease can easily be identified by the development of a companion test. Then development of a first easy to use test. What is the function of a first easy to use test? The first easy to use test will be used to provide early diagnosis of an infection before clinical symptoms. As it is said earlier that this disease can hardly be diagnosed as symptoms are very much progressive and permanent. So the symptoms can hardly be diagnosed. But with the invention of the easy to use test, symptoms can hardly be diagnosed. That means the infected person can hardly be diagnosed before the expression of symptoms. So before getting symptoms, with this invention we can easily diagnose the people, the infected people. Next, vaccine. Vaccine has been invented, and vaccine will be used on the infected persons and will be used to immunize the family members. Then vaccine will be used to infected persons and will be used to immunize the family members who are in close contact with the infected person. So vaccine will be used in twofold cases. One, it will be used on infected persons, then it will be used to immunize the family members. So the role of vaccine is really beyond description. This treatment has been bolstered. The treatment has been discussed with the treatment has also been easier with the development of tools and easy to use test and companion test developed by IDEA, right? And this treatment has been bolstered, has been reinforced by the support of some pharmaceutical giants. With the help of some pharmaceutical giants, this treatment has been bolstered. Some pharmaceutical giants donate the currently used antibiotics. In one of the slides, it is discussed that antibiotics will be used therapeutically to shorten the therapy. So there is a role of antibiotic, and the antibiotic has been produced and introduced and donated by pharmaceutical giants. So the treatment can undoubtedly, we can say that the treatment has undoubtedly been bolstered. So there is the function of pharmaceutical giants who produced antibiotics and donated free of cost. Then breakthrough. What are the achievements? we are now right on the course of human clinical trial. Soon after the invention of vaccine, clinical trial is not possible. Vaccine cannot be used. Clinical trial is required. So after completion of several steps, scientists are ready to accomplish or start the clinical trial. Now we are on the right course of the human clinical trial, so it is a great achievement for us. So this is the text representation of text discussed in this video. After going through this text, or before going through the text, you must enjoy this video. This video will make you understand the core essence of the passage of this unit. Then you can easily answer the questions from 1 to 5, and the answer has been discussed in the slides, and you can easily answer to these questions without any doubt if you have good concentration on this video. And two flowcharts have been given, and the information regarding these flowcharts has also been discussed in the slide, so you can easily come up with these flowcharts. So that's all for today. Hope you have enjoyed this video, and I think this video will help you understand this passage. Thanks to you all.